Good morning, academics and scholars, and welcome to week 9. I want to congratulate you. You have made it past the midway point. We are sort of going down the mountain now, right? So hopefully you have some good momentum. You've built up some good routines and habits in your life of avoiding procrastination and adopting a growth mindset and staying really disciplined every single day. Because remember, it's about what you do every day that makes you successful, not what you do here and there, right? So I want to make sure you're staying organized week to week, that you're scheduling your days very precisely, and that you're going through the Canvas learning modules page by page in order, taking notes, remaining dedicated to you and your progress in this class, and really being a student that is here to learn so that you can be successful in college. Continuing to work proactively and effectively to ensure that you submit things on time and to the best of your ability. Okay, let's talk about this week. This week is chapter 13, Experiencing Difference is the title in the textbook. And so as you move through the textbook and as you move through the Canvas learning modules, I want you to make sure that you are paying attention to the learning objectives, what you should learn this week, which is understanding the dimensions and nuances of diversity in today's world, right? Diversity means any kind of difference, right? How we think, how we feel, where we come from, who we are, what our cultural backgrounds are. Anything that differentiates us, right? That makes us who we are is a part of our diversity and enriches us and enriches our communities, our cultures, and our world, right? We're going to begin to examine and understand what conscious and unconscious biases are, implicit and explicit biases. So first you understand what they are and then start to sort of explore where you may be having some unconscious biases in your life and how they get in our way. We're going to understand the difference between equality and equity. This is a really big distinction. Equality, in my understanding and in the understanding of academics and social scientists, is that when we think of equality, we think and understand that everyone receives the same resources. And that is a wonderful idea in theory, but sometimes individuals need different resources than the person next to them, right, to be successful. And so we want to get everybody to the same starting line. Well, if I have been given lots of opportunities and access in my life due to where I was born and who I was born to, and the person next to me had a totally different experience and didn't have those same opportunities and resources, then that person may need much more than me to be able to get to the same starting place and to have to be afforded the same opportunities. And so that's what the difference is between equality and equity. Equality is sameness for all, and equity is taking into account people's diversity and differences and how we can help everyone be successful based on their need. So next, we have understanding the necessity of civility in diverse communities, workplaces, and the world. So civility is the ability to remain calm, collected, patient, understanding, empathetic, even in the midst of crisis, even in the midst of conflict. This is an important skill to master for your life, but also for you as a professional, of course, right? Being able to take those skills into the workplace, into your offices, into your business, let's say, into your entrepreneurships, and making sure that you can form relationships and maintain those relationships. Understanding the importance of emotional intelligence. So we all have heard of an IQ, right? Okay, that's your intelligence quotient. Well, lots of social scientists now have done the research and data that tells us that actually your emotional intelligence is really a bigger predictor of your success. So can you adopt a growth mindset? Can you be reflective? And can you use your emotional intelligence, which is your ability to understand your own emotions and then recognize them, regulate them, and then using that ability to be able to relate better to others, right? When you see other people having emotional reactions, no matter what that looks like, does that look like a shutdown? Does that look like a blow up, right? Being able to tap into understanding your emotions so that way you can then empathize, understand, and help that other person. That's personal self-leadership, but also a huge and important skill that you're going to need as you're moving forward in your life, maintaining long-term partnerships, romantic or otherwise, family members, and then of course professionally, right? Being able to work with others is probably the number one thing you're going to need in life, period, to be successful. So emotional intelligence, lots and lots of work on that. We'll also be dealing with that next week as well. So very important that you pay attention to all of these learning objectives. And last but not least, understanding how diversity, right? Understanding difference of every kind, civility, and emotional intelligence are inextricably connected, right? That we need to understand and appreciate diversity for diversity's sake, meaning appreciate difference for what it brings to the table, right? Difference means different perspectives, and different perspectives should be honored because that's how innovation comes, but also just as humanity should respect one another and our differences. And then understanding how when we have people who are different together, we might have more conflict, right? But that's okay. Conflict doesn't equal bad. Conflict equals an opportunity for understanding and using our emotional intelligence to help us in those diverse communities be more civil, be more empathetic, and be able to form relationships that are lasting and productive and successful for you and your life, your career, every single area. Okay, so that's what we're covering this week. It's an important week. This is a big one. You've got an assignment at the end of it. Make sure you take your time and, of course, do your best. Looking ahead to next week, we are encountering midterm exams. So we're a little past the midterm, but the midterm exam nonetheless is next week. So make sure that you have all of your notes from the textbook, all of your notes from Canvas. This is very important. You're in an online course. So the way the lecture is given to you, the way it's brought to you is through Canvas learning modules. So make sure that you have super great notes in each of the pages in the learning modules. And if you haven't done that, go back and take good notes now. It's never too late to be the student you came to be, the academic that you said you were going to be, so that you can earn that diploma and offer yourself the opportunities that you came here to get. I believe in you. Stay dedicated. Make sure you're using the hours in the day to make your dreams come true.